Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. It has been a hot minute. I've been pretty just busy with things around the house and whatnot, but I wanted to do another video about Daryl Dixon season 3. It's wrapped up. It's been almost a couple of weeks now, and I just want to give my overall thoughts about the season and about the direction that Walking Dead is going with the rumors and just things that we've seen being leaked out, I guess, with Norman Reedus posting that picture here recently of him getting his haircut, which is something we have not seen in the 15 years that Walking Dead's been running. But by the way, too, this Friday, 15-year anniversary since Walking Dead premiered on Halloween. So maybe I'll do a stream if I can find the time, if I can just get some free time or whatever, because of course it is Halloween and I do have 2 small children, so I'll be out and about doing that. But I just want to talk about the 3rd season of Daryl Dixon, just overall thoughts and I guess feelings towards what they're doing with The Walking Dead and just I guess future plans for it and everything. And with the spin-offs just doing their own thing right now and no clear picture about what's going on with Rick or any possibility of him returning or just what's going on there. We just know that conversations are happening. And a picture did come out here recently. It was, I'm pretty sure, clearly a paparazzi picture, but Scott Gimple was in the UK with Andrew Lincoln having a meeting dinner situation where they're probably talking about his return, probably trying to iron out the details and whatnot and what that will entail. But as far as Daryl Dixon's concerned for this 3rd season, overall thoughts, overall kind of review, the 3rd season definitely was better than the 2nd. The 2nd was very forgettable. Even though we got characters like Ash, who I really enjoyed, and I'm glad he lived, but, for all we know, he could have very well been killed off screen, just depending what they're doing with the story, if they're going to revisit Laurent or just what the plan is there. But with this 3rd season, I actually found myself caring about the characters, like Roberto, like Antonio. His relationship with Carol, not so much. That's just, I don't know, it seems kind of forced, which just seems like what they're doing with some of our characters and everything. But with the fact that they lived through the season is a big plus. I was really surprised and really happy that those characters actually made it. Whether or not they make it all the way back to America, because with the story, the way it's going and everything, the plan is to get those characters to America and just where that all goes from here, if those characters will become full-time characters or just what's going on there. Then we get Fede, who, when we first met him, he appears to be kind of a peaceful, nice guy. Someone that is not looking to harm anybody or put anybody in harm's way, but the more the episodes go on, the more we learn about this guy and the whatever the situation that they has, the arrangement with El Alcatra, or I can't even remember these fucking communities' names, but it's already been 2 weeks and I'm forgetting everything. But with that community and everything, they had the arrangement with for the Ofrenda. There we go, where he has the arrangement with sending the women off, and they provide supplies, they provide weapons, protection, things like that, much to like a savior-esque kind of arrangement where you kind of do what we say and we will keep you safe. So Fede has this arrangement, and the more it unravels where he is protecting his niece, but then he ends up kind of selling her out or whatever, and then Daryl, being the guy he is, he feels obligated to go after her, and he gets her, rescues her, brings her back to reunite with Roberto, because there's this whole situation where Fede actually tries to poison Roberto to death because Carol finds that cat that she'd been kind of bonding with or whatever, finds that cat dead, and comes to the realization that Fede is not who he says he is, where we just have this whole situation unfolding over the course of those episodes and everything. We meet some other characters along the way. We meet that community that who was it? Pez or Paz or whatever that character's name is, that goes off with her lover that she rescues from those people. They burn that whole kingdom down. They kill the king or the next king of Spain, who in all reality or just kind of honesty regarding that character, being that he's supposed to be the antagonist, he's supposed to be kind of the villain for the series or for the season, what have you, he's very much a background character. He has little to no lines or just little to no interaction with our main characters until he's killed off. And he just was a very forgettable character, someone that didn't play a big part, someone that just didn't really affect the pace of the story or whatever, or the outcome of the story. So it was interesting, I guess, to see him done away with, and Daryl burning that whole kingdom to the ground or what have you, doing away with the actual king of Spain, and just kind of putting the kibosh on all of that with the arrangement, and just these people thinking they can keep going on living the way they were before things went to crap, and just taking ownership of these women, and just it's a whole very screwed up situation that I'm really glad Daryl burned to the ground. So we get him, he gets Justina, gets her back, and we get this moment where she reveals Fede and his arrangements and the things that he's done to, I guess, keep the community safe, but does it and goes about it the wrong way with this arrangement. And of course, the town turns on him and he gets arrested and then put in his dungeon. But then we have his mother pop up there in the end of the episode, freeing him and ultimately throwing Daryl's plans completely off track and just destroying their boat. And it's, a whole screwed up situation. So it very much turned out the way I thought it would, because we knew he wasn't going to go home this year or this season. We know that with next season being the last season, the plan is to hopefully get them home, rather early, honestly. Hopefully they don't drag it out too much of the season. I honestly hope they actually spend the last couple of episodes of next season actively going home and then getting home. Then we have some interactions with some of our other characters like Jerry or Princess or just any of our original cast. I mean, I would love to see King Ezekiel, see how he's doing and everything, and just see these other characters that were left behind in the Commonwealth, see how they're faring, being in this new community, being in these different positions of leadership and what have you, see how Eugene and his family are doing, and just, just all in all have a gathering of some of our original characters just to kind of wrap up maybe that part of it while building up to the next story, which is hopefully, of course, the return of Rick, the return of Michonne, and just whatever they plan to do to wrap up these characters and bring them back together, because we also have the uncertainty of the unknown that is Dead City. We know they're doing season 3 right now. That's being filmed. We don't know, however, what's going to happen if they're going to get season 4, if that's the plan or just what the plan is exactly. But anyways, overall, Daryl Dixon season 3, miles above what season 2 was. That season and just the story and everything was just something I couldn't get interested in. I couldn't get interested in the characters and everything. But one big thing I did appreciate about this last season, even though it wasn't the last episode, it was very much appreciated with the 2 cameo spots that our Kodron had come back. And we see that he's been on the search for Daryl because he picks up the Rubik's Cube that Daryl had left there that was Laurent's. And he's on his way to find him, and just seeing him come back and being a part of this was very much appreciated, in the sense that I felt like his character, if they didn't bring him back, would have just been a complete waste. His story arc would have been a complete waste, considering he started out as kind of the antagonist and then redeemed himself. And if they didn't bring him back or didn't have any plans for him, it just would have been a very much wasted character, and they just might as well have not done the arc at all. But overall, I did enjoy this season a little bit better, and I felt like I could relate to the characters or just be interested in the characters and their story and whatnot. And also seeing that flashback of Antonio losing his wife, and as the apocalypse kicks off in Spain. So we got another little kind of flashback to the beginning. Overall, I mean, albeit being a small part, there wasn't really much going on, but still, I enjoyed seeing another flashback. I always do with those things, seeing the beginning, see how things falling apart, even though it was very brief, and just kind of, connecting story and, his wife and how he lost her and whatnot. But I mean, again, overall, I enjoyed the season. It was just so much better than last season, and I'm really hoping they kind of go out with a bang with this next and last season. And I'm glad to, I know there's people that really wanted the show to drag on for 5+ seasons. I am glad that the show is ending with season 4, and we can get him back home, get the wrap up that we want to see, because that's all we really want. We want Rick to come back and to have one last hurrah, one last battle, or whatever it is they end up doing to bring him back, and just bring back all of our original Alexandria survivors, and maybe even go as far as filming in that area again, so maybe I could get down there and see it. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed my breakdown / review and just my hopes for the future of Walking Dead and just what they plan on doing. I will also keep you up to date about what's going on with the camp events that is coming up in May. They just had the one in Florida. So far, we've only gotten 2 guest announcements, Greg Nicotero and Stephen Ogg. So again, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, consider subscribing. I will see you next time. Take care. Bye.